Hello, I'm back again. So, oftentimes people mistake CV for resume, but the thing is, there are two different things entirely and they serve different purposes. A CV is being used when you want to further your studies, get another degree, it could be locally or internationally, and other purposes. While a resume is to get a job. So, today I'll be showing you a clear difference between a resume and a CV. So you know the drill. Come, let me show you. So here with me, I have a CV on my left hand side, a curriculum vitae, and I have a resume on my right hand side. So here I'll be comparing and contrasting the both of them. This CV I have with me is not my typical type of CV, the curriculum vitae, but this is just like the closest I could get to showing a sample of what a CV could be. All right, not the exact thing it should be, but this resume is really, really perfect for me. All right, now let's go into it. Firstly, the CV, you can see it has a cover photo here. I mean, this is not like a magazine cover. This is not like a Vogue magazine cover where you need a whole picture to show yourself. All right. So for me, this is a no-no. Even if this is a CV and a CV could have so many details, a picture is not necessary. You might just still put a picture, but let it be like little. All right. But then in a resume, no picture is needed at all. If there must be a picture, it cannot be as that of a CV. Even if this picture here on the CV is big because it's fits an entire page, it could still be reduced, maybe to like have this length and it would make sense. But having anything of such on a resume is not decent. I wouldn't even advise you having a picture. Like I used to say, if your recruiter needs a picture of you, they would ask you to provide it. All right, you don't need to attach like a passport or a face of you to your resume. That's number one thing, the picture. A resume shouldn't have it. A CV might have it. All right. Number two is the number of pages. Now, with me, you can see this is page 1 of 5, meaning the CV is 5 pages. On the other hand, this is just 1 of 1, meaning this resume is just 1 page, which is ideal. If you are a 1 degree holder, OND, HND, BSc, BTech, high school, college, please let your resume be 1 page. Try to narrow it down. If you have extra details, so many details, you can attach that in your portfolio. That's why you have portfolio, to show images of, to show practical examples of projects you have worked on. Your resume should just be summary of what you are doing. Then, other than that, resume typically shouldn't have so many details on your personal details. The personal details on this resume, just the phone number and the email address, that is perfect when you are showing your, when you want to add your personal details to your resume, as you should. Let it just be your phone number and your email address. Anyone can contact you either by your email address or your phone number. You don't need to add your house address. You don't need to add your date of birth. So this, for your personal information, your phone number and your email address is okay for a resume. But a typical CV like this, you can see the personal data, the name, the gender, the marital status, the phone, the email, the address, the date of birth, the state of origin, the local government area, and the nationality. All of these are important on a curriculum vitae as it is here, but for your resume, please, you don't need all of this. Whoever needs these details, they will ask you for a supporting document to show these details. Then again, your professional summary on a curriculum vitae, you could just spill it out. It could be so many. Like I used to say, your curriculum, your CV should have your professional summary, your industrial or professional, your, let me scroll down, experience. All right, you should have your professional summary number one, your professional or your industrial experience number two. Then it could have your, you should also have your educational experience or your educational background. Then so many details on your personal details. For a CV, a resume should just have your only personal details, should be your phone number, your email address, like I stated already, then your personal statement as it is here, and your experience. Your education, just put one education as it is here. Put your highest degree. If you stopped in like maybe like college or high school, let your education be high school. Do not list anything lower. If you have BSc, just put BSc on your education. That's your resume. You don't need to add extra thing like your secondary school or your high school, your college. You don't need that. If you have a master's degree, only add your master's degree on your resume. You don't need to add your BSc, because everyone knows for you to have a master's, you must have had a BSc. All right, but for the CV, it's not like that. You need to spill out all of your, you can see when we come to the this is still the professional. When we are in the education and qualification, you can see this person posted their university, first degree. They also posted their high school degree. This is very important. And even some CV, I still see they still add their primary school leaving certificate. So you just need to show the hierarchy from the highest to the least on your CV. But on your resume, you don't need that. Just put your highest degree. Then when it comes to your, we already talked about the personal data. Then when it comes to your professional summary, on your CV, you can make it as detailed as you want, which is everything being spelled out here, as you can see. It's the professional summary on this page still continues on this page, still continues on this page, and onto the fourth. So like 3 pages have the professional the professional experience inside of them. But here on your resume, because a resume is tailored for a particular job, they don't want to know all of the experiences you have. So maybe you have worked as a clerk before, as a receptionist, as a cleaner, as a janitor, as a graphics designer, a social media manager, a web developer. You don't need to list out all of this experience or professional experience when you are writing a resume. This is because recruiters do not want to know what you have done in other companies or other job roles. They just want to know what you have done in that particular job role you are applying for in their own company. So if you have worked as a graphics designer, a social media manager, if you want to apply for a social media manager, your experience should be strictly that of a social media manager or things that are closely related. All right, you don't want to start chipping in agriculture or architecture experience. But for CV, you can list out all of your professional experience, which is your job experience. You can list everything out, because you are not, so the thing about CVs, you are not submitting it for a particular job. CVs are mostly used for to further your education. Maybe you have a first degree, you want to get the second degree. Part of your required documents, they might want you to provide CV. They don't want you to provide CV, especially when you want to go for international studies. Like you don't want to further your education in your country, you want to go to another country. They'll need your curriculum vitae, because they want to see all of your personal details. They want to see all of your industrial experience, which is the same thing as your work experience, or your professional experience are all the same thing. They want to see everything. They want to see what you know. Then when it comes to your education, they also want to see your educational background from all of the certificates you have collected over the years. They want you to outline it. They want you to list it. So that's why a CV should have all of these details. But a resume, on the other hand, They don't want to know where you have worked, who you have worked with. They just want to know if you are fit for that particular job. All right. And then that's it about the professional experience. And then you can see here she also attached, this person also attached the freelance experience, which is perfect. It was just being splitted. So this could ask for a good CV, all right, because it has all of the details. Now the things a resume have that a CV doesn't have, you can see this, it has a softwares, like the softwares you can use, but these should also be in a CV or on a CV, as the case may be. If you know, but when you want to put it on a CV, you don't put softwares you can use for specific job roles. All right, so if you can make use of 30 softwares when you are creating a CV, you outline everything there. But when you are creating a resume, you have to pick the ones that are relevant to that job you are applying for. And how will you know the ones that are relevant to the job you're applying for is when your resume have what we call the job title. So you can see here, there's what we call the job title, which is the administrative assistant. This will make any recruiter who picks up your resume will know that, okay, this is what this person is applying for. So ensure, if you are into 3 entire different niche that are not related, ensure you have different resumes for all of them, showing their job title. Like graphics designer, social media manager, they might work together for those companies who want you to do the both. But something like civil engineer or electrical engineering, then social media manager, those two fields, they do not just align. So you can't come here, your title here is showing electrical engineering, and then the softwares you are putting here, they are softwares of an administrative assistant. Nobody would like that, and they'll most likely not want to pick you. So for resume, your skills or your software, now I'm talking for both the software and the skills, your software and your skills should be based on the job. For CV, your software and your skills should be everything you know. So CV is saying everything you know, all of the experience you have had over the years, all of the qualifications, all of the certificates you have gotten, give it to us, all of your personal details. All right, but resume is telling us, for this particular job role, give us the details that are needed. So when it comes to interest, your interest could be anything. It doesn't have to be tailored to the job. For both resume and CV, your interest could be anything, but still ensure for your resume it's still similar to that job role you're applying for. Then we'll have the certification. Our CV too should also have your certification, like certificates that you have gotten. Then your education, like I said earlier, this should just be, your resume should have just one education, which is the highest education, but your CV should have all of your education spelled out. And again, your resume should be 1 page if you're a 1 degree holder. But if you are a 2 degree holders, masters, PhD, you can make it 2 pages. But if you can still make it 1 page as a 2 degree holder, it's going to be absolutely perfect. So you can make use of this template for your resume because it will make everything fit into 1 page. All right, so this is the difference between a resume and a CV. So when someone asks you for a CV and it's a job, kindly know this is what they are looking out for. But maybe you are trying to further your education, you want to apply to some schools for more degrees, you should know this is what they are looking for. So this is a clear difference between resume and CV. All right, thanks for watching. Till I come your way next time, bye for now. And again, do not forget to save, share, and yes, tell your friend to tell your friend to tell your friend, forever to, or for whoever might need this.